Welcome to the First Estate Talk in conjunction with the Fourth Estate Media. And of course, more than ever, I'm Ivan Sebeni. And today we are hosting the former guild aspirant, Philip Ayebare Bravo. Of course, he contested against Rachel Mirembe Serwada, the current guild president. We want to talk to him to share his life experience in leadership with us, because he has been engaged in very many leadership positions. He has been in youth leadership positions in Chambogo and different places. Let's be together and we listen and watch him. You are welcome to the show, The Estate Talk, Mr. Ayebare Bravo.
Thank you for having me.
And we are going to start right away. Yeah. Who is Philip Ayebare Bravo?
Thank you very much for having me. First of all, my name is Ayebare Philip Bravo, as he has introduced to you, the viewers. And I'd like to tell you that I am a calm and simple man. I am Christ-centered. I follow the values of Christianity. And little to say, I'm a mental health advocate, and I'm very passionate about it. And I'm also passionate about creative arts. That is music, poetry, creative writing, to mention but a few.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Ayebare Bravo. And of course, now we want you to go with us slowly, taking us of how your life was like when you were growing up.
I would say, just as everybody else, not everyone is born with a silver spoon in their mouth. I've gone through a lot of challenges. By the grace of God, I was blessed with two parents, but one left us while I was still young.
Oh, sorry.
With a strict child upbringing that my father has put me through, I have managed to be the person I am today. I'm grateful that the Lord has been with us and my family up to now.
Take us through your academic journey, Mr. Ayebare Philip Bravo.
Well, thank you. So basically, to start with, I've been through private schools, and so I started started off in primary, that is in Green Hill Academy. Thereafter, I finished my O-level from Nalia SS, Boyegere campus, and I finished my A-level from St. Peter's, Nalia. And thereafter, before joining UCU, I managed to have started off a course of Bachelor's of Pharmacy in KIU, that is the Western Campus, which is meant for the medical students.
Yeah.
And so while I studied it, I studied there for 3 years, but due to the academic pressure, I opted out of medical school, and I chose to come and pursue my passions within business school.
Oh. Wow, that's very interesting. Just like you've taken us through your academic journey, we would like you to also take us through your likes. What do you like? What do you value as a person?
Oh, what I like? I like creative arts. That is music, poetry, photography, film. I feel like those are things that help us bring out our emotions, our feelings in our day-to-day lives.
Are you part of Azania?
Oh, yes. I've been engaged in Azania activities for a while now. And also, to add on, I would say, and I would also like to say that I've engaged myself in youth mentorship activities. Take, for example, of recent, you are there with us at Bobix.
Yes,
and you've seen how we have been trying to
Upendo.
Yeah, Upendo, the Upendo Mikono Charity Fellowship. We've been trying to engage students, network, and see how we can help them know about certain things when it comes to different perspectives of life. So yes, it's a way of mentoring the young people.
To someone from Uganda Christian University, Mukono, the only time they saw you coming up in leadership was when you contested for guild. One would love to see you taking them through your leadership journey. Did you just come up and wanted to be the guild president, or how did it come up, like your leadership background?
Okay, so thank you. I've been engaged in leadership outside school. That is, I'm a youth leader in Chambogo Parish.
Yes. I'm
on the Chambogo Youth Parish Committee. And I've been
Which position is that?
The Secretary of Publicity.
Wow.
And I've been engaged in, skilling of youth in different, skilling them with different skills that they can help in. You see, they talk about Muntu wa Wansi.
Yes.
And what are how can he help himself? So we have been doing sort of like tailoring, skilling. We have been also teaching them about business opportunities, so that they can help and engage themselves into these activities. But also, I would say that I've also been an RA here in the university. That is a residential assistant in the halls of Sibandi. And yeah, I took my initiative to make sure that I did my job right.
Okay.
And then also I've taken part in the business society, the first interim government, serving as a secretary of projects. And I would say we're just starting off, but we seem to be doing well. So thereafter, last year, I would say I've had an ambition for leadership, but what drove me to come for the guild presidency was basically
I think we shall reach there, but first of all, we wanted you to take us through the positions you've held and how you served. How was it like?
I would say it was quite a challenge, but you see, with every challenge, we need to know how to counter it. We need to come up with solutions. So one of my strengths is solution oriented. When I see a problem here, I always try to figure out a way of how to solve it. So I would say it is not as easy moving into leadership. It is quite challenging. So yeah, that's it.
Well, that's very good. And now we want to know, to come back now to the question of what inspired you to come for the guild leadership, and possibly you would share with us a broader perspective on how you came to arrive to the position of you reaching out to decide on the same position of coming for the guild president, not an MP, not any other position, but guild president, Uganda Christian University.
Okay, thank you. What you would see is that most of us have challenges in business school. But yes, I would have come for MP business school, but to identify that our challenges are related with those of other people in various other faculties, you would see that I wanted to take the initiative to come up and try to help in problem solving of the challenges related to different faculties. Rather than looking at a scope that is narrow, I looked at a scope that is wide, and upon myself, I chose to put a challenge to myself and say, you know what, let's go ahead, let's see what we can get.
Wow.
But the aim was to become the next guild president. Unfortunately,
it didn't go well.
The prayers weren't answered.
Just as you got it, unfortunately, he did not become. What are your next plans for UCU? Do you still have it in plan that you can bounce back? Because it is possible, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But I would say I'm still keeping my options open, because there's a possibility of me running again for guild president.
Wow.
There's a possibility of me deciding to run for president of the business society. And also there's also a possibility of me deciding to lay back from leadership. However, right now, my current plan is to see to it that the School of Business is much more engaged in student leadership and choosing their leaders. We have had a challenge when it comes, you would see from the previous election, only 15% of business school was engaged in the elections. One would say it's because they were off semester, but I would say, you know, there are so many challenges in different sectors that we are not putting our eyes on. So what I would say is also, as the School of Business, we need to engage ourselves in activities that unify the School of Business. Not only just unifying the School of Business, but also what relationship can we bridge with other faculties through these activities that we are bringing on board.
Okay, now having walked us through your leadership journey and telling us about your plans, we come to realize that you are such a great leader. But now, we want you to tell us, what do you make of the current strikes that are happening? Because yesterday, Moni University students were striking. Just previously, we had students of Makerere striking. What do you have to make as a leader? What's your comment on what's happening within the universities?
I would say striking is a way of students releasing their emotions and their opinions. They need their emotions and opinions validated, so they take it upon themselves. If they're not being heard, this is the only way they can do. But I would say we can do it in a much more peaceful way. You would say sit-down strikes, or no class day strikes. You decide not to go to class. That would be a more peaceful way of striking, rather than taking to the streets and shouting and rioting. Of course, yes. Sometimes, you know, the hard way has to just come in, because when you say we are tired, we are tired. But I would like to thank UCU. It has brought up policies that have helped us in, you know, whenever somebody wants to strike or a group of students wants to strike, they have to undergo certain approval from the administration.
Okay.
In a way, it has it has bridged professionalism, a way of approach to situations. Rather than striking, all you have to do is sit down with our guild president and cabinet, tell them about the issues that we are facing, see how they can come up with possible solutions, and forward them to the council, forward them to the administrators, see what way, how can we bridge this gap. And I believe that is a good way of forwarding our issues.
Wow, that's from the broader perspective of a leader. And I know you're our viewer, you think what a leader is talking about the strikes. Of course, you said is a way people release their emotions. Now you've hinted of UCU, and of course in this scenario, UCU stands apart as one of the universities that have not yet involved into such. We don't know whether they are on the way or they will not forever happen. But what we want to know, given a chance of advising those other leaders in those other institutions that are rioting each day that passes by, what would be your advisory statements?
My advisory statements would be to revise the way they have been striking. You take into account the previous years.
Yeah.
How has the previous leadership helped in forwarding their issues to the administration? Do they always have to strike? And do strikes actually bring us results? You have to first take into account that, yes, I know that striking has brought some results in different universities, but you would see that it has halted programs. Take, for example, you're striking 1 month straight and you're not having classes. Of what value are you getting from the university at that time? Probably you're striking because of tuition increments. But when you look at it, how is your progress in school coming about? So I think we need to first look at all these various sectors before we can come up with a permanent solution to this. But if it's striking, do it peacefully.
Okay, that is Ayebale Philip, bravo for you. And you know that, of course, Fourth Estate will be bringing this program just right to your face each Monday, and that comes by. And of course, this is the Estate Talk. We shall be hosting very many people as we draw closer to the time for ending this. Sir Ayebale Philip, bravo. We would like you to give us your parting views.
Thank you. I think for my parting views, I would advise the viewers. Most of us, when we are coming for leadership positions, we aim at political ambitions. I think we need to look at the servant leadership concept, rather than coming to see where you're going to be in a number of years. So you want to move for guild president, then move for MP of a certain area. That should not be the aim. The aim should be, I have faced a challenge. My friends have faced a challenge. Other friends of theirs have faced a challenge. What can we do to solve this problem? Are you driven by that passion to serve them, to see that you provide them with solutions to this? Other than that, I would like to thank you, my friend Ivan Sebeni, for having me on your show. It has been a delight, and may God bless you and also the viewers.
Oh, thank you very much. That has been our guest for today, Sir Philip Ayebale Bravo, the former Guild presidential aspirant, and also hopeful because he's still keeping his options open just as he made it. And of course, it has been Ivan Sebeni, just more than ever, as I told you. And of course, you know, we are going to be doing this every Monday that comes by. We shall be, of course, hosting different people on different topics, major those related to students. It is the Estate Talk. See you again. Thank you.